My bitch today is concerning a Zazzle store by a woman who goes by the name of, let me bring it up here. She goes by the name of Femme Fatale. And I believe that Woolly Bumblebee, and I'll put her video in the low bar. Woolly Bumblebee did something on the same person. But I wanted to kind of give my perspective, because I have 3 children. 2 are girls, and 1 is a boy. So I've got an 18-year-old girl, a 15-year-old girl, and a 13-year-old boy. And my 13-year-old boy is at that point now where he's getting very impressionable, and it realizes a lot of the stuff that's out there pertaining to women and or men. And he sees a lot of this stuff where it's, boys are mean, boys are stinky, boys are gross, boys have cooties, whatever. And so I'm trying very hard to impress upon him that this is not the norm. This is not something that everybody thinks. This is not something that everybody believes, okay? It's important for him as an adult. I don't want him to grow up believing that he's some sort of subspecies or subhuman or subgender, okay? And unfortunately, a lot of these radical feminists, that's what they want to put out there. That boys and men are subgenders. That's the best word I can come up with. They are not as good as a regular gender. They're less than a full gender. They deserve ridicule. They deserve being humiliated and belittled. And I don't want him growing up thinking that or seeing that. So Zazzle has this store by this particular woman, and I will make sure I have the low bar link from Femme Fatale. And the main one that I have a problem with is a shirt called, or a shirt that has the logo, "Men Make the Best Fishing Bait." And there's a hook with a man dead or dying with blood coming out of him and sharks circling. And her information on this thing is funny anti-men. Anti-men t-shirts for women who want to scare men. If you're a woman with attitude, a feminist, or just a girl who wants to have a laugh at the expense of men, these funny anti-men t-shirts are for you. Now this is G-rated. This bothers the fuck out of me. Okay? Not the crap, the fuck out of me. This bothers the fuck out of me, because if we were to come across a storefront by anybody else with a woman on a hook being circled by sharks saying women make the best fishing bait, people would be up in arms. They would be over the top, screaming, yelling, and getting on Zazzle's case for allowing something like this, okay? And it's not just that particular shirt. She makes other shirts that are not only for men and women, but she makes shirts that are okay for children. Because who doesn't want to have a child sporting a shirt showing recycle, the recycle symbol, and within the recycle symbol, in the coloring, little symbols for men? Because men make great recycling products, okay? My daughters, thankfully, at 18 and 15, are smart enough to understand this is hate speech. This is not something nice. This is not something helping women in any way, shape, or form. Suggesting, and there are a few out there, suggesting the eugenics of men, the limiting of testosterone and modifying men to make them a certain way, to make them more malleable is the best word I can come up with, to make them better for the female species. No, I'm not for that kind of feminism. This is why I never call, and this is why I no longer call myself a feminist, okay? It's because of these kind of women. Women, just shit tons of feminists out there. Feminist atheists, this is what really bothers me. Women who purport themselves to be thinkers, to be skeptics, to take something and question it, pull it apart, try to find out the basis of, try to figure it out, the puzzle, Okay? Take something and puzzle it and logically figure it out. These women call themselves skeptics. And I'm sorry, they're not. They're not. The moment they open their mouths and at any point anyone, male or female, disagrees with them, the very moment they open their mouths and start screaming misogyny, that's where I have a problem. I have a big problem with that. Misogyny, 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 misogyny. What about misandry? Okay? What about these t-shirts where women are gleefully buying, because apparently this woman is making some money, they're gleefully buying t-shirts with men on hooks bleeding as shark bait. Okay? That's acceptable, apparently, for a lot of women. In fact, I'd be willing to bet if I put that out to that little tiny feminist atheist group, they'd be all on board and happy with it. They're not the kind of people I want to associate myself with. I won't. I will constantly point them out when they're being disgusting and vile and misandrist.